I did want to mention, I know some of you are so kind that we correspond online, we're on MySpace or Facebook and all that, and we're friends and we hang out, and then you know that I'm on the road and you bring me stuff like hand sanitizer and snacks, and that's lovely, and I appreciate that. But I found that there was a limit on things that you should bring me. Human remains. This is someone's, I think her name was Aunt Priscilla. I'm not kidding you. Some woman in Boulder gave me her aunt. And it's in a little, here, I guess this is what you are, I mean, it's not her whole aunt, obviously. Definitely have to use the bottom peephole, but as grateful as I am, please, no human remains, and especially if they're not reduced to this size, like Aunt Priscilla's hand or something. Even if you're really good at taxidermy, I just want to before we move forward. Thank you. It's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to do with this. Because a lot of the stuff people get, like people go, oh, well, here's some emergency, or, here's a 1,200-page manuscript that you can read while you're on the plane tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I can do that with living 3 weeks in carry-on and taking a 40-pound manuscript with me. But, so I leave them in hotel rooms for the staff to read. But I don't know what to do with Aunt Priscilla, or whatever her name is, because clearly, if I just throw her away, I'm going to be haunted. I haven't said this to any audience before because I thought you guys would understand. But if you, as I sign your books, if you have suggestions on how to dispose of someone's remains without being completely creepy, and snorting is not an option. Regift it. Of an elderly lady bit. No, that's great. If you snort it, you can see 1907. From the point of view of a new girl. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. Let's see, we did that. I have not been to, I've only been to one other book signing other than my own. But I've been to a lot of my own. So a bunch of people on my message board were talking about different book signings they've been to. And one woman had been to 1,000 book signings, which is, get a lifetime. But she said that she went to a Mitch Albom signing, and he, oh, sorry. Evidently they're awesome. And he had 2 bodyguards. Okay, now Mitch wrote this book about a kindly old man who imparts his wisdom to his young protege on his deathbed kind of thing, only evidently only on Tuesdays. And I wrote The Comic Life of Jesus. If anybody's going to require a bodyguard. It's not, Tuesdays with Maury guy, Unless one of the last things Maury said was, if you go to a book signing, take muscle. I got an old lady in a bindle. I don't have a bodyguard. I just wondered how small is Mitch Albom. Is he like 7 inches tall? What do they? Don't step on Mitch. Don't step on Mitch. I have nothing against Mitch. I'm just saying, what would motivate you to bring me? I mean, there's a buttload of people here, and I don't feel a need for a bodyguard yet. I could conjure one like that, so don't think. Anyway, and his other book is For One More Day, which I guess is about a guy whose mom comes back from the dead and tells him why he ruined her life, which I'm counting on. But all I can figure is she must have sent him to get you, bitch. I will. Anyway, I haven't even. I mean, the worst I've had 2 hecklers in my entire career at book signings, and one, this relates. I came into this, a group about this size, into a theater in San Francisco out of a really bright park at a book festival. And it was a dark theater, and there was this, and I started to speak. And I couldn't see you guys. It was just like the tops of heads from the stage lights. And this voice went, "Speak up, you're mumbling." And I couldn't get started, and so I started again. I got about 2 sentences in, and this voice says, "Speak up, you're mumbling." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I started again, and maybe got a paragraph in, and the voice goes, "You're talking into your chest." And I went, "Oh, your hat's stupid." That's all I could see. It was this red cowboy hat, the kind that you get two chrome guns with, you know. And then her son wheels her out into the aisle. I had yelled at an old lady in a wheelchair. But in my defense, her hat was stupid. So, which is not this part of the story I'm getting to. The part of the story I'm getting to is when I went back to San Francisco a year later, and I had to speak for the first time there since I have when I yelled at the old lady in the wheelchair. And I think, oh, there are going to be people there, and they're going to go, oh, he's such a jerk. Remember the time that he yelled? So I'm nervous, and I'm having a sandwich with my wife, my girlfriend, beforehand. Chuck is her name. And she says, you know, this is called a stage fright drug. You should have one of these. And I said, oh, okay. And it was a Xanax. And I had never had a Xanax before. And evidently, I shared, well, you know, my relationship with my father, and you know, my hopes and my disappointments. And after it was finished, as we were walking out, she said, "We've been together 15 years, and you just told them stuff I didn't know about." So I want you to know, with the exception of a little bit of NyQuil tonight, I'm totally drug-free, and you will not be able to get pictures of me with a bong. However, I think that guy got a raw deal. When Kellogg's, you know, canceled his contract, I did some research for you guys. And this is the stuff that Kellogg's makes. Frosted Flakes, Cheez-Its, Fruit Loops, Famous Amos, Pop-Tarts. If you think Pop-Tarts are a good thing to eat, you are either 7 or high. Kellogg's should give him a bonus. They should be doing ads with him coming out of the pool with a bong in one hand and his gold medal in the other. But in my extensive research I did for you guys, I did find, did you know that Kellogg's makes a cookie called Keebler Fudge Town? Go to Fudge Town. Which is not the best part. The best part is in Spanish. They have a Spanish version that's called El Fudge. And I want you to know, and a very kind gentleman brought me brownies tonight, so this could happen. If I am eating a brownie and exposed to mutant radiation and given superpowers, I want my superhero name to be El Fudge. Oh, Santa's El Fudge. So, you know, I've got a record with you guys in case that happens.